So, okay, so I'm going to grab the shopping cart, and immediately what's going to happen is my hands are going to just start to feel like they got all this nasty stuff on them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to want to pull because like you can't see the stuff now. You can't see it on there, but I know everyone's touched these shopping carts, and I just know, like, it just makes sense. Like, if someone's like, our hands are not 100% clean.
That's true.
So if I touch this, I just know I'm going to get germs on my hands.
Yeah.
And then I'm not going to be able to see the germs, and so I never know. I can wash my hands, like, for 2 hours, and I still think that I have germs on my hands because I can't really... I can't see these germs.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, how long do I have to touch this shopping cart?
Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's see. What do you think if we started with one hand for 5 seconds?
For 5 seconds?
Yeah, one hand. You can pick.
This struggle got purpose and we grow. So whatever road we have to take next, all I need to know is that we'll roll with the punches.
Okay, fam. Back for another day of life. Back for another day of daily. So blessed, fam. So blessed. Oh, things are so good right now. Things are so good. Things are just happening all the time. And what I say is, hey, just go out and do good things in this world. Go out and do good things in this world, and good things will just come back in return. Don't go do those good things hoping something will happen good. Just go out and be a good human, y'all. Go out and be a good human. And I'm so blessed. A lot of great stuff is happening in Midwest Anxiety right now. Just lots of good stuff going on. So I'm still giddy. Still giddy. That's the best way to explain it, from the partnership with Premier Pediatrics, and just all that we already got going on with them, y'all. I've already talked to several of the Premier patients, and good families, and we still, I mean, it just continues to build. One thing you're going to see in a minute is we're starting a couple new shows at Midwest Anxiety. We're starting an exposure show, exposure response prevention. Shelby Bartley and I are going to be doing that show. It's just, we're going to be talking about exposures and how people that have anxiety and fears, how we do exposure work with them. And then Angela McKeever. I mean, what you're getting ready to see with Angela McKeever and I doing the real life of a CBT therapist. It's a new show we're starting, and it's Angela and I bantering back and forth about what happened in our life this last week, and how we are using CBT skills to work through that. Or maybe we didn't use CBT skills and we would have liked to. Anyway, some good stuff going on. So I'm going to show you, after this break, I'm going to show you some of those shows, those new shows. Here you go. Boom. All right, y'all. We've got Shelby Bartley here. She's newly signed with Midwest Anxiety, and I'm so excited to have Shelby, and you guys are going to get to know Shelby over the time. She is going to do a lot of work for us, and just doing assessments. And one thing that I really enjoy about Shelby is that she's got experience with cognitive behavioral therapy and exposure response prevention. And y'all, you guys know, anyone that has been around for a while, Midwest Anxiety, all the way back to 2009, that's how Midwest Anxiety started. You guys know, we did all this exposure stuff where we would go out in the community, we would gradually expose clients to the things that they were fearful of, and we would work through those feared situations. We're going to talk all about it exposures. But Shelby and I decided that this is something that Midwest Anxiety wants to get back to. We do see a lot of clients with anxiety, with OCD, with social anxiety, with specific phobias like, you know, bugs and all kinds of various things, elevators.
So we're at Target. We're gonna do an exposure. We're gonna touch a shopping cart. How are you feeling thinking about that?
To be honest with you, like, okay, you and I are gonna talk for a second. Is this is it? No, that's okay.
Okay.
No, you can keep.
Oh.
Is this our first exposure ever that we've done, or have we done other exposures?
I don't know.
I'll just make it up. How about that? All right. Yeah. So this is. I'm actually feeling pretty good because last week we went and we touched the handrails.
Yeah.
And I saw that first part I was really anxious, and I saw that you did a really good job of just sticking with me. I wanted to leave, and I appreciate you doing that because I really did want to leave, and I was kind of upset with you that you wouldn't let me leave.
Yeah, I know.
But you were nice about it, but I was feeling really bad, but I felt really great at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. I think today you might have some of the same feelings of wanting to leave, but you can think about last time and how you felt when we were done.
All right, Shelby, I'm interested to hear your initial thoughts on just the exposure of the shopping cart.
Yeah, I think it went well. I think it's a good example of a client who is motivated and wants to get better, but then once that fear kicks in, it does really become, somewhat difficult to actually get started, even if they do have that motivation. So just meeting them where they're at and compromising.
Oh, it's got like orange battery.
Uh-oh.
So we're just gonna have a general conversation, and things are gonna be good. And I'm gonna talk to camera. You're gonna talk to the camera. This is our first time doing this show, by the way. This is Angela.
Hi.
I'm gonna introduce you in the show. All right, y'all. We have a new show. We have a new therapist that I want to introduce you to. This is Angela McKeever, right? Both Angela and I share something in common. We're both clinical social workers. Yes. Nice job. Yes. And Angela decided to join us at Midwest Anxiety and just jump on this fun train that we have of doing mental health differently. And she and I got to talking, and one of our things that we have in common is we love cognitive behavioral therapy.
Absolutely.
And we thought, hey, let's create a show where we're calling the show, now let me ask you, we can call it the life of a CBT therapist, or we can call it the real life of a CBT therapist.
Oh, I like the real life.
I know.
It's almost like Real Housewives.
Oh, Real Housewives.
Yeah,
or
like the real.
Or I don't know. I'm probably older than you.
I'm 43.
Okay, yeah, I'm older than her. You remember The Real World?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, MTV,
yes.
The
yes.
Real World. So we're gonna call this the real life of a CBT therapist,
yes.
right?
Okay, again.
Because
love that.
The real life of a CBT therapist. Because here's the thing, y'all. We are humans, and we are also therapists. I guess therapists can be humans.
Yeah.
And we also live our own lives. And while we teach people about cognitive behavioral therapy, we have our own struggles. And that's going to be a big part of this show, is just basically acknowledging that we all struggle. Everyone struggles. Even therapists struggle, right? Principal struggles, attorney struggles, Patrick Mahomes struggles, right? We all have struggles. And part of the show is just acknowledging that we all struggle, while at the same time we use cognitive behavioral therapy to work through our struggles, right? And so what we're going to do is, Angela and I, because we are real, we like to do real life, and we also like CBT, we're going to just talk about over the last week what our life has been like, the good, the bad, the ugly. And we're gonna maybe talk about how we work through those things, and we're gonna maybe offer things to each other from a cognitive behavioral perspective of hey, maybe think about this, or what did you think about this, or hey, try this. So really kind of we're gonna give therapy to each other. That's what that show is gonna be like, right?
Perfect.
We're gonna kind of just talk about our own lives and think about it from a CBT perspective, and go from there. But before we do that, Angela, before we get started, we are at Sonic.
Yes.
And we probably, I mean, if you're at Sonic, there's probably only one thing that you think about at Sonic. The chili cheese dog? No. The cherry limeade. That's what I think about, right? The cherry limeade. So we're gonna order. So let's get this started, Angela. We're gonna get this started. I feel like we need some music. It's like Jeopardy music or something here. Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun.
Sonic, what can I get started for you?
You want a cherry limeade? Diet or regular?
Regular, sorry.
Regular. What size do you want?
Just a small.
Okay,
Thank
we'd
you.
like a small cherry limeade, please.
No problem. What else can I get for you?
And a is it route or root? A route diet cherry limeade. A Drought 44 diet cherry limeade.
No problem. What else can I get for you?
That's it.
All right, $6.99. We'll have that out as soon as possible.
Okay, thank you. Now,
No problem.
is it route or root?
I think everybody says it differently.
What would
I
you,
would say
what would
depending
you
on
say?
where I would say root.
Oh, I said route. Okay.
But
root.
I think it's we're in the Midwest. I'm sure other people in other areas of the country say it differently.
Yeah. Angela, why we get this all figured out, tell everyone just a little bit. I've never really introduced you, so tell everybody a little bit about yourself, clinically, just kind of like tell people who Angela McKeever is.
So I am a clinical social worker. I've been in private practice for about 8 years. My passion for CBT does come from everybody's ability to use it. We use our cognitions or our thoughts to work with how we feel, which directly impacts how we behave. And so it's important for us to recognize how we are thinking and feeling to then, move on to how we're interacting and behaving. I've been in Kansas City only 5 years.
Kansas City.
Or Johnson County.
Yeah, you're a Topeka girl.
I'm a Topeka girl.
Yeah.
I don't love admitting that, but I'm glad to be here in Kansas City. I love where I'm at, love my practice.
Give a little shout out to your practice.
My practice is altruistic behavioral health.
Altruistic behavioral health.
Yep. You can find me on psychologytoday.com.
And your ideal client population?
I work with adolescents and adults.
All right, fam. Those were some great shows, y'all. Shelby and Angela, I just love the things that we're doing with both of them. The goal is just to continue to provide, conversation, resources, mental health in a variety of different ways for you just to get little samples, not only of what Midwest Anxiety does, but just things out there that maybe you want to go out and you want to research more, exposure response prevention and CBT. If you struggle with anxiety, depression, definitely you want to look into those, y'all. You want to look into those because if you're doing your own work, if you're in therapy, you're in personal development, trying to just get yourself stronger, then you definitely want to do the right treatment. You want to do the right treatment, and I'm biased because these are things that we do, and I really believe in them, and it's all proven, research back, and proven to really help clients out well. So I hope you'll stay tuned for those shows and watch those shows in their full entirety. But hey, I want to talk with you something about, we haven't done a what's been coming up in client sessions. We haven't done that in a while, and let's do that. So roll it. All right, fam. So kids that are struggling behaviorally, right? So I used to, in my younger years, when I was a therapist, I would really heavily lean on a behavioral modification system. So early on, I created a behavioral modification system, and I would give that to parents. It's still something I do. And every family that I meet with that it has kids that are struggling behaviorally, I give them this behavioral modification plan that I created. Did come from Target, Walmart. Can't buy it off the shelves. It's something that I created. Anyway, I still give that to them. But in my later years, as I've become, more seasoned therapist, let's say, I would say older, wiser therapist, that I've really paid not only attention to the behavioral modification and emphasizing a child has a choice to make, but I really have focused on the connection between the child and the parents. And oftentimes what I find when I dig deep and I go beyond just trying to modify their negative behavior is I see and hear from the clients and the parents a disconnect in their relationship, and it's probably things that have gone on in the relationship. Parents and kids really haven't talked about. And so what I do is I get these parents and kids together, and I really try to empower the kids to have a voice, because I think it's so important that we all have voices. We all have voices for ourselves to just speak what our truths are, speak what just is on our heart, just to be able to stick up for ourselves at times. And so what happens is sometimes kids don't have a voice, but also kids are not respectful with their voices. So I encourage kids to be respectful. Hey, if I'm going to empower you to have a voice, I need you to be respectful. Okay? And for parents, I think what they struggle with, if they struggle with just tuning the kids out, not really valuing their kid's voice, out of convenience, they just shut the kid down, invalidate, judge, critique, have this kind of like it's my way or the highway for a lot of these parents. Some parents, it's the opposite. They don't know how to set boundaries with the kids, and so the kids walk all over them. But we get the parents and kids together, and I just basically want the child just to basically communicate with the parents about what's on the child's heart, and just be able to sit and the parents listen. And that's the child's reality of whatever they're saying. It's their reality. Now, parents, you may disagree with it, and you may be like, I don't agree, but that's the child's reality. It may be distorted, okay? The child may be really upset with you because you don't give them candy for dinner every night, and they believe they should have candy for dinner every night. And that's a distorted reality, but it is their reality. And what we try to do is we try to find ways that the parents and the child connect, the child's be able to verbalize these things, the parent be able to validate, empathize, to be able to basically bridge that gap, right? To bridge that gap that they had in their relationship. If we don't bridge that gap, what I often find are the kids just act out. They try to seek control. They basically try to find a way to overpower the parents because they feel like the parents are they're just not supporting the child. They're not connecting with the child. The parent is not seeing the child, okay? So what I try to do is I try to force the parent and the child to see each other and try to find a mutual way and to agree or to agree to disagree. And if we can do that, then we'll see less behavioral outbursts from the child and less threatening, less screaming from the parent. And it's a beautiful kind of work of art to be able to see, okay, these dynamics, and how do I shift these dynamics to change change the relationship, change the way that they relate to each other. All right, so that's it's a lot of fun. I love it. It's enjoyable. It is work, but it's well worth it. Well worth it. All right, fam. I'm gonna leave it here today. Hey, lots of good stuff out of my Midwest anxiety. I appreciate you watching. Appreciate your support, your encouragement, your congratulations over the last couple days. We haven't stopped, fam. We have not stopped. Let me say that out loud. We haven't stopped. We're going to continue to put mental health out in this world. Going to continue to do it, all right? And we're going to keep looking for new ways. Hope you have a big smile on your face, lots of love in your heart, and see you again tomorrow, fam.
On track, now we on way up. W's as easy as a layup.